Okay, today is December 1st. Steve finished up all the demo, and the foam here is all solid and rigid. It's ready to be trimmed back and make that look a little neater. Steve got all the siding off. The doorbell here is hanging off of the house. He didn't want to play with electricity, and there's another spot here with the porch light. I gotta disconnect that for him. Got all the boards off. You can see the top half of the house where the dormer is, where that insulation is above the windows and the doors, and the main beam. And even put a couple nails in there to hold up his ladders, keep them out of the way. It's kind of a nice touch, I think. Here's the concrete repair I did last week. It's drying up. As you see the darker color to the right, that's the new patch that I did yesterday. And I did that all late at night, and that's looking pretty darn good. That's going to take a few days to fully cure, and it'll turn a lighter color, and that'll be all set. So here's the one I did, the first one I did maybe 2 weeks ago on this side here where the steps are. So that's done. Here's all the demo debris in the trailer, getting ready for a dump run. Today's a dump run day, and I went and did that, got it all emptied out, and brought it back and set up the empty trailer. It's ready for Steve to do a demo on the inside of the kitchen. So just in case people are wondering what happens between going to the dump and coming back, I'm going to do a little video on what happens when I go do a dump run. So if you don't want to watch that, you can turn this off now and just ignore it. But if you're... Okay, we're at the landfill, and we're going to dumpster number 3 to transport this garbage to that place, and then they'll take it from there and put it wherever it belongs. So you see they got a setup here. You just back up to the Jersey barrier with the number that they tell you to put it in, which in this case will be number 3, and dump it in. Alright, so we're going to go back on the scale and pay for the amount of material that I dropped off. And as usual, sometimes it's a little bit busy, so you just got to wait your turn. So one on, one off, and before you know it, you're back out of here. Okay, after getting on the scale, we had 0.11 of a ton, and it's 200 bucks a ton. So that comes out to $22. So now I'm going to check out the swap shack, see if there's any treasures in here that I can take home with me that I wasn't expecting to see today. So this is always a surprise. So this is the grand tour of the swap shack. Everything and anything in here is acquirable. We have the library section, the trophy section. Up on the top shelf trophies. And here's the lower basket trophies. You never know what you're gonna find here. So a lot of times you gotta look through the boxes. You know, like for instance, here's somebody who has some train stuff, you know, toys, whatnot, big old inner tube. Sometimes you wonder what things are. Like, what the heck is that? I think that's a footrest. Yeah, that's a footrest. Nice soft footrest. You need that kind of thing. Mirrors, boards, chairs, clocks. You need a nice clock. There you go. You got a clock here. Well, a nice desk, coffee maker, thermos, fold-up table, another kitchen table with the legs. Everything's there. Sometimes you got to look through this. Sometimes they're in pretty good shape. Yep. Looks like it's nice. Somebody could use that. Coolers, wine. This looks like a wine bottle or wine glass holder. There's a. That's pretty sketchy. There's a sketchy chair and a good chair. Another table, laser printer. Wow, there's all this Christmas stuff over here. Candles, gift wrap, some kind of like crystal Christmas tree looking thing. Wow, nice bench seat, lamps. Hello. All kinds of nice stuff here today. Paintings. Oh, is this a Rembrandt?
Yeah, not exactly.
It's pretty close though. Nice try. Wow. All kinds of good stuff in here today. Nothing I need though, that's a good thing. Oh, wait a minute. This is pretty sweet. We could always use one of those Rocky Horse things. Alright. Over there is the metal pile. They're transporting a dumpster. The metal pile is to the right of that. There's all the other stuff over here. So if you want to drop off some gigantic tires for appliances and whatnot, they have separate receptacles for those kinds of things. Over here we have our compost pile next to that digger. And they put leaves and they just keep turning it. And then they bring it out for freebies so you can take what you want. Here's the lay of the land on the swap shack. So sometimes stuff ends up outside. You might see something out here that's just too big to bring inside. But it's pretty well protected so nobody gets bombed. Drop them off a new dumpster. Pretty nice setup. Okay, Dave out. So let's do a drive-by. So you need to drop off some gigantic tires. That'd be your place to drop them off. They usually charge, I think, $2 a tire, and these get recycled. There's one in a bag there, looks brand new. That's cool. And there's all the overload tires. Ooh, there's a brand new shed. I don't know what that's for. Here's for appliances, stuff like television monitors, printers, laptops, that kind of stuff. And over here we have mattresses, so those get properly disposed of. They also have a donation spot there for clothes. They also have a appliance corral. So these are all look like air conditioners and refrigerators. So these get purged of all their refrigerant, and then they put a big orange X on them once they get that those fluids evacuated. Then those can be recycled out, releasing any dangerous fumes in the atmosphere. So then we swing around here. This is the transfer station we're going by now. So if you back up, you can just dump garbage into a dumpster. Over here is the propane corral. So you can usually drop off your propane and lawnmowers. You got any batteries that need recycling? There's a battery area. And a bicycle corral, so you can take whatever you want. Over here on the left is the metal pile. Right there, so you drop off metal. If you need to do that, that's where you put it. And up here is the transfer station. And the dumpster right up there is for wood ash. So if you got a burning appliance. You can drop your wood ash in there. There's a transfer station over there. You just back up and chuck your garbage into the dumpster. Over back here, let me do a loop around this. This is where you drop off any oil from oil changes. So that big tank in the corner, that's for oil. So you just put it in there, and then there's a dumpster for rags and containers and whatnot. So then on your way out, if you go across this little piece of road, you get yourself some free compost or mulch. Looks like what they have out here is, I think this is mulch. This is chewed up branches and whatnot. And they chew it all up, and you can take it and put it around your garden beds or mulch around plants and stuff. So I'm going to grab some of that while I'm here. I filled up the trailer. As you can see, I took a pretty good dent out of that pile. And this is free. So anytime you come up to the dump and you make a run, it's in your best interest to equal out the cost to make the run is to get some free compost or mulch to offset your cash outlay to get rid of things. So that works for me. I'm pretty sure that's more than $22 worth of mulch, because that's how much it costs to drop off my debris. So now we're back out of here. Here's the grand tour. So there's kind of like the back of the dump, and there's the hill there where they bury everything. This landfill has been running for many years, and they shut it off to commercial debris, and it's just residential. And up on the hill there is a transfer station, so you can bring your own garbage to the dump for $8 a shot. That is the cost for 3 garbage cans. So we come to the dump maybe once a month, because we recycle a lot of stuff, and we don't generate a lot of garbage. So $8 a month times 12 months, so that's let's see, 80 plus 16, it's $96 a year for garbage disposal. I typically come back out with just as much value in compost, swap shack items, or mulch. So our nominal cost for the whole shebang is pretty much zero. I gotta put on my seat belt. There we go. Car's complaining. All right, so here's the Intel board. If you want to come to the Windsor Bloomfield dump, there we go. You can pause the video and study this, so you can see the hours are Monday through Saturday. Thursday's closed and Sunday's closed. So there's the Intel, there's the days off on the right there, holiday closings. So this is the Windsor transfer station, and it's open to residents of Windsor and Bloomfield only. So if you live in Windsor or Bloomfield, you can use this landfill. It's got everything you would need as far as access to dumpsters for whatever you're bringing up here, and you can also get stuff at the swap shack. There's also a paint shack to drop off used paint. I didn't get a chance to swing by that, but that's another area where you can either drop off paint or grab some paint. You got to paint a doghouse or whatever, you're just looking for some paint. Man, there's hundreds of gallons of paint at the paint center. And then we're back out to the main drag. I'm gonna keep this rolling. There's an interesting house here on the left. This gentleman here has quite the collection. He's got his own kind of decorating ideas for his yard. Pretty intense. And over here on the right is a farm share place, and it's called Newgate Farms, and that's up in there. So you can get a CSA membership for I think 6 months, 4 months, or a year, and you can get all kinds of food fresh off the field. All right, Dave out for now. I'm going to drive this rig home.